So in this video, we're going to go ahead and show you how to do the same thing that we did with classes in the previous one. We're going to do with the other function, which is called locations in QuickBooks. One of the interesting things about this function is this gives us, of course, another way to slice up these transactions, right? And if I come out here and I have to turn on locations first, which is going to be down here in advanced. Uh, Locations, and then we're going to say, yes, let's turn on locations. What's kind of interesting about locations is that they let you have different names that you can have for it. If you would want to, in essence, it's a way for you to track yet another thing. You could make it track a fundraising event. You could make it track a specific grant. You could use it across different locations, different facilities. You can use it how you want. And they give you these options to have the names, 7 different names here. I like to use department or division because that's usually pretty helpful. So if we're going to do department, um, and let's just use department there. And then now let's go same process. We're going to go back to settings, and then we're going to go to all lists. And then you can see now we have locations. Of course, we called it something else, but that's okay. New location. Uh, and then we can go ahead and name the first one. And for this, we're going to do locations are going to be our fundraising events. So we're going to call this, this is our main gala that we do every year. And we want all of our gala expenses to come into this location. That way we can run a report here on the gala expenses. We could also uh, get great detail for the folks who are managing the gala. They can see how this is going. So now if I want to go following the same process we kind of did on the last one, we'll go to the reports now, and I can look at my profit and loss. Let's look at last year. Okay, last 6 months. So, and now if I display this by departments, because now it's called departments again, see, these are all going into the not specified department. So that's, and what we're looking to do is we want to show all the people who donated money, and we want to show all the expenses that came out for this gala, right? So right now we don't have any of that. So what we're going to need to do is to create a new, uh, we're going to have to create some transactions in here, or we could move some around that have, so let's take this, instead of this guy being fountains and garden lighting, let's come on to this one. Okay, grab this 275 here, and we're going to turn this one into a grant just for the purposes of being able to see. So this is now going to be somebody received grant funds for, of course, this is the custom QuickBooks environment. So this is meant to be a landscaper, but we're taking them over to be a not-for-profit. So we're going to call it donation. Income account is going to need to go to income. Hmm. So we're going to do a donation in the amount of $10,000. Okay. Save. Yes, we want to save it. Of course, you see what I did there is I forgot to add a department or a class. So we need to do that because that's what we're doing. So for the department, this is a main gala expense. What you'll also notice here is that the department applies to an entire invoice. Okay, so we don't get to be quite as detailed on it. And I'll show you a couple other instances. We can also add it to journal entries as well to split out the expenses if we wanted to. So now we're going to do that. And then let's go save. Yes. Okay. Then let's close this. And then if I go back to my summary report, see now we have the main gala now has money in it. It's got 10,275 bucks that are all going to the main gala because that entire invoice was brought over here now. Okay, now let's add a couple expenses in here so we can see the net. Right now we can see the net income for the gala is $10,275. We're doing real well. But we're gonna have to have a space, we're gonna have to have a caterer, we're gonna have all the things associated with that. So we're pretty sure the gala is not gonna be making 10,000. Let's go for rent or lease. This was a gala expense as it turns out. So we're gonna come out here. I see and I'm gonna turn this, it's gonna turn into main gala. Okay, save. So now you can see we have an expense and an income. And what this does is now you have yet another way to pull your P&L. We started with just a standard P&L. Okay, this is everything. Not particularly interesting, just the whole P&L, right? One generalized thing. And then remember we added classes. So this is where we could put our grants for our programs in here. We added 5 classes. I only put transactions in a few of them for this demonstration, but you could see this is now we have here, and you can see this came in, the gala income would probably come in here to fundraising. As a matter of fact, let's change that to fundraising. Because in addition to it being here, it's actually going to also be in the fundraising class. Yes. Okay, so now you can see we've got fundraising of 10,000. Actually, we need to move that 900 bucks to fundraising too. Let's move that too. As you can notice, putting everything in right the first time makes this quite a bit more succinct. And in my demonstration, this was just all show for the way not to do it. Okay. There we go. Of course, you notice they're using bills and invoices inside this demonstration environment. That allows for QuickBooks to do automatic accrual accounting, which is, it allows you to accrue all of your bills and your revenue, which is just really nice. Okay, so we can see now fundraising is sitting here. The bottom line of the company is still 9,718 bucks. That's how much net income they did. I can look at it without anything, and now I see same numbers. They're just all put together. Okay, and then I can also look at it now by department, and I can see just how the gala is doing. Because we're probably going to have more than one fundraising event. We might have this event, we might have a golf tournament, we might have 3 or 4 of these, so we need to see all of them. And again, you can come over here and customize this, and you can say, I just want the department to be this one, the only department we have. And now you have a document that you can use for sharing with your department head, whoever's in charge of this event. You could be continually sending them this, letting them know this is how things are looking right now. This is how much money you've got coming in. This is how much you've spent. You can also, once you've built this out, you can use it as a budget for next year. You can export this out and you can actually run your budgets by department. You can say, well, last year we made $9,375 on our party. We believe we're going to make another 500 this year, and we can literally import all of these right into the QuickBooks budgeting feature.